Hello, folks. Welcome back. Chris in Central Pennsylvania. Disappointing news for many Blue Bulls fans and rugby fans in general. World Rugby Hall of Fame inductee, Rugby World Cup winning Springbok coach Jake Wyatt has departed the Blue Bulls. Winner of the 2007 Rugby World Cup, Super Rugby Unlocked, and Currie Cup titles, as well as a Challenge Cup with Montpellier back in 2016. Jake now finds himself on the outside. No doubt his phone will soon ring, assuming he's still interested in coaching or playing a role in rugby. With stints with the under-21 Springboks, the Springboks on the national side, the Brumbies, Sharks, Tonga, Montpellier, and finally with the Bulls, Jake's storied career is well known and quite successful. Now, his departure comes after what's been described as a thorough end-of-season review, with reports of a mutiny inside the Bulls camp with players and assistant coaches expressing dissatisfaction with White's leadership style. Well, I think I can express dissatisfaction with the Bulls' performance on the pitch. The image behind me is the end of the championship game at Loftus Versfeld with 50,000 plus fans present when the Bulls just couldn't close the deal. And after a poor on-field decision not to take a penalty kick, which ultimately cost them a championship against Glasgow. So the Bulls went to 3 URC finals in 4 seasons and couldn't close the deal against the Stormers, against Glasgow, or again this season. Jake led the Bulls into their maiden United Rugby Championship campaign, and they reached 3 finals, getting knocked out all 3 times, as I mentioned. Also, got to the Champions Cup and the Challenge Cup during his time at Loftus. He arrived at Loftus back in 2020 and made an impact immediately, getting back-to-back championships in Super Rugby Unlocked and the Carling Currie Cup in the same season. Edgar Rathbone, CEO of the Blue Bulls Company, acknowledged Jake Wyatt's significant contribution, saying Jake has tremendous rugby IP, and that has been visible in the way he is able to transfer it into our structures. And as a club, we remain grateful for those contributions made during his tenure. He did amazing work here, and it was a privilege to work with him as he helped our team become a superpower again. He's given us a great platform to build upon with a talented crop of young players who are just finding their true offering. He also helped the bigger playing group develop with 10 emerging to play for the Springboks. This encouraging growth also ensured we're often in the mix for silverware. Well, but one begins to wonder here, folks. There's been some rumblings with Jake here for some time. One of the coaches, I don't know if this played a role, this incessant need for transformation. A black coach was elevated and failed miserably, and he was relegated back by Jake. That rankled a few people. I don't know if that played any role in this. That was season or 2 ago. Also, Jake has been vocal in the press about having to play club players when he has to give up all these players to Springboks, or more importantly, not giving up Springboks, but guys going abroad. And he has to compete by bringing up guys and maturating them. Well, he's done a great job doing that. A lot of great players have come up and cut their teeth with the Bulls and moved on to make money in Europe or Japan. Club President William Strauss thanked Jake for his openness and contributions, especially at the grassroots level. On behalf of the club, the supporters and staff, and all our shareholders, I would like to thank Jake for the work he's done, the love and passion he's shown to our players, people, and community during his time with us. His leadership has left a fantastic mark on our club, and the way he fought to get us up when we needed it the most will make him a hero of ours for a long time to come. He leaves the club in a better place than when he arrived. That's an understatement. The Bulls were in complete disarray when Jake arrived. As far as Jake himself, he consulted with shareholders. He stated this decision was based on a desire for the team to find a new voice. I've made the decision to move on. With many years coaching experience, I felt it would be difficult to get the squad to perform to the next level. Therefore, in the best interest of both myself and the Bulls, I feel it's time for a new chapter. It's time for this group to have a new voice. I've enjoyed my time in Pretoria. I've met some wonderful friends. I believe that rugby is like life. You win some, you lose some. You learn as you grow. You need to be strong and courageous. And most importantly, it isn't always fair. That last sentence, I think, is telling. I would like to thank all the loyal supporters, the Bulls staff that worked tirelessly, and to the players for their hard work and dedication. I wish to the Blue Bulls Rugby Union President Willem Strauss and the amateur game lots of success in the future. To the shareholders, I will always be grateful for all the support and financial backing they gave, far and beyond any other club. Thank you for the privilege. To the board for their support, and CEO Edgar Rathbone, coaches and management. It was great to be part of this winning culture, to be part of the Bulls rugby history has been an absolute honor. I wish Bulls Rugby all the best. Well, folks, well-stated words on the part of the Bulls management and by Jake Wyatt himself, leaving it publicly with no acrimony here, his departure. But behind the scenes, there's definitely been some tensions for some time, last year or two. with players, with management. But Jake isn't the only one to leave. A number of departures from the Bulls organization have taken place over the past week. And I don't know if anyone else is leaving the Bulls, but I do have this to say, not to be accusatory towards the Bulls or towards Jake, but this tumultuous relationship made the Bulls a much better organization, produced incredible results on the field. And one has to wonder if the Bulls had won this game behind me against Glasgow on this play as time expired, had they just been able to push it over the try line instead of turning the ball over, would Jake Wyatt still be the coach? I would argue yes. Had they won this year, I don't think Jake still would have been here. But this game last year and the disappointment, and then some of the events over this year, have created a situation in which the front office thought it was time for Jake to go, and Jake thought it was time to go. And that's unfortunate for the Bulls. As far as whiny players who don't like the coaching style of their coach, grow up. Learn how to be men. You don't always like who you work for, but when they're successful, success breeds success. Whining breeds losing. So if you were going to hold out and not sign a contract because Jake Wyatt was a coach, then just go elsewhere. You're not needed. Real men deal with adversity. Don't cry and slink away. Whoever those folks may have been. There you have it, folks. Jake Wyatt departs the Bulls. Some say he was sacked. Most media accurate report that it was a mutual parting of ways. Who will the Bulls bring in now? Well, I'm not too concerned. After all, I'm a Stormers fan. Good luck to the Bulls. Cheers, folks.